For social studies today, we have a fun little activity to do about maps. Last week, we learned about reading maps. And yesterday, we compared maps and globes. Today, we're going to work on creating our own map. That's right. We are going to make an illustrated map of our own neighborhoods. Now, if that sounds kind of scary to you, don't worry. Your map doesn't have to be your whole neighborhood or your whole town or anything. It just has to be a few streets that are around your house. You're going to use a pencil and paper to draw and use the Seesaw tools to make this map today. Our first job is to sketch out where the streets are located in our neighborhood. My first step here when sketching out my neighborhood is to figure out where my house will go. I live kind of near the top of my neighborhood, so I'm going to say my house is here. Next, I need to figure out where the roads are. I also included a bike path and a little stream that's near the bike path. Now I'm going to think of some other things that are near my street. I know that my friend Chelsea lives right up the road from me, so I'm going to include Chelsea's house right here. And I should label my house too. Now I'm going to label a few more of the areas in my map. I also forgot to label the streets. There. Now I think I've included all of the important parts of my map. Now it's time to take a picture so that I can upload it into Seesaw. Alright, so I have my map. Now I'm going to take a picture of it and upload it into Seesaw. After that, I can use the Seesaw tools to help me create the rest of my map. Now that I've drawn my picture of my map, it is time to upload it into Seesaw so that I can continue adding more details. Here is my picture of my map. Now I need to decide what emoji I want to use for my house, and it looks like what emoji I would like to use for Chelsea's house. I chose two different house pictures, but I could also use the Seesaw tools to try to color them different colors to maybe match. As you can see on my map, my house is actually green and Chelsea's house is actually reddish pinkish. So I tried to color in my houses to match. Now I want to add those to the map key. So I'm going to duplicate those icons and then type out whose houses they are. Now I've added my house and Chelsea's house to the map key. I can continue using emojis to add details to my map. Then, if I would like, I can explain what those emojis mean on my map key. As you can see, I added the bike path and the park to my key. So I chose the biker for the bike path, and I chose the baseball for the park because there's actually an area with a baseball field that you can play baseball there. I also added some water for the stream, but I don't have to put that on my map key if I don't want to. And I actually feel like detailing a little bit more about my map before I submit it. For my map, I added a lot of other details, so I put in a few more houses. Then at the top, I also added some wheat and grass because in that open space, it's all grass and some flowers and some weeds, and so you can see that. Then I added a fishing pole to the area at the top where there's a pond with water because sometimes people fish in that little pond and it's really nice. I also added cars going up and down Crestone Street because that's kind of the main road in our neighborhood. Now that my neighborhood map is done, I can press the check mark to submit my work. When you are done, you can record yourself telling us all about your map if you'd like. Hopefully, we can easily read each other's maps, especially using the key. Some of your houses may even show up on each other's maps if you live in the same neighborhood, like my friend Chelsea's house. She lives just right up the road from me. Have fun creating your maps today.